right, what is up, my dudes? 2022 is officially over, and last year was the year that I had seen the most concerts in any year ever. I went to about 60 shows. I worked about 10 of them, so did sound for about 10 of them. But these are not in any particular order. These are just these 10 favorite shows that I went to. And I do really mean actual concerts, so I'm not going like favorite live band or anything. I'm talking like headliner with the opener, with the, everybody's on that bill. Like, these were my favorite shows. Yeah, I'm gonna show some videos, show some merch that I got, whatever it is, but we're just gonna go through it, not in any order. But yeah, these are my 10. So here we go. To kick it off, I actually am gonna pick my favorite performance that I know is my favorite, and the rest of them are kind of, just about the same level. But my favorite one was actually the Decibel Magazine tour early last year. February. I really loved that show. We had Obituary, Municipal Waste, Gatecreeper, Enforced, and Spirit World. I missed Spirit World, but that was the first time seeing Enforced and the first time seeing Gatecreeper, and I became fans of them from that show. Really solid performances, and it was at a great venue. It sounded awesome. Obituary had some kick-ass merch on that show. And Municipal Waste, I finally got a Municipal Waste shirt. I got a shirt from pretty much everybody on this, like right out of the gate. And man, it was just awesome. Everybody at Municipal Waste was like crowd surfing, and all of the bands had awesome sets. Obituary did like Visions in My Head, Chopped in Half, all the classics. And they just fucking killed it, man. It was really cool. And Enforced like blew my mind. And I even ran into a guy and he's like, damn, I didn't know Denver went this hard for thrash. And I'm like, apparently they fucking do, dude, because this shit's fucking awesome. So yeah, that's my number one, the Decibel Magazine tour. That shit was fucking awesome. All right, now the rest of these, like I said, are kind of like on the same level. But we're going to go with the second one I'm going to mention here is Incantation and Goat Whores tour that they did in late summer, like in August-ish, and they had Bewitcher and Caveman Cult open for them. And this was another one where I was like, every single band is like, damn, this is a fucking stacked lineup. I had never heard Caveman Cult before, and I kind of went in there wanting to just not know anything about them. I knew the other bands except for Caveman Cult, and I'm like, I want to get there early, let's listen to them. And they just were insane. They had like all these fur clothing on. They were legit like cavemen, and they played some fucking insane like noisy war metal shit. If you like Revenge or like Blasphemy and that kind of stuff, Caveman Cult was fucking awesome. And I bought 2 CDs from them, talked to their drummer. Insane drummer. Insane. He's like, dude, I lost like a shit ton of weight just to play this because I couldn't do it without being a fucking like like having the body of like a runner basically. And I was like, holy shit. So that was awesome. I'd seen Bewitcher. This was my 3rd time seeing them, quickly becoming one of my favorite bands. They kind of do like a blackened speed metal thing, fucking awesome, and they tore it up as usual. Bewitcher's great. And then Goat Whore, this was my favorite time seeing Goat Whore, my 3rd time seeing them, and I was right up against the stage and I was just singing along with them, man. It was fucking sick. And yeah, I got a pick at the end, so that was really cool. It's directly handed to me by, I can't remember, what's his name, Sammy? I can't remember right now. Everybody in the comments gonna be like, you fucking poser. But the only problem was I couldn't hear the vocals because I was actually, like, the stage, is behind the PAs, so I couldn't hear anything because I was, like, my head's right next to the monitor, so it's, like, the sound's going that way and that way. So I couldn't really hear the vocals, but it was fucking ripping, dude. They were so fucking loud. It was awesome. And then Incantation headlined, and I was really happy I saw them headline this time. Earlier this year, I had seen them play with Nile, and just headlining, I think Incantation did great. I still need to listen to more of their discography, but they really had a great set, and they played a lot of ripping death metal, so that was sick. All right, number 3. This was a big tour this year, and that was the return of Merciful Fate, with, of course, the incredible King Diamond on vocals. I actually dressed up as him for Halloween, and they had Creator and Midnight open for them. I love Midnight. I'll see Midnight anytime they come to town. And actually, this is my 3rd time seeing them as well. I had seen them previously earlier this past year open up for Mayhem, but they'd had a better set this time, I think, because I missed like half of the other one with Mayhem. It was a shit show. But I was glad I got to see a whole set. They did their new album, they did their classics, and they ended with Unholy and Rotten, and so that was awesome. And Creator, had never seen Creator before, but they had a pretty solid set. They played some old stuff, played some new stuff, and it varied pretty well. And then, of course, Merciful Fate. I had seen King Diamond solo in 2019, and they played at the same venue. He played with Merciful Fate and King Diamond at that same venue that I saw them at with this show. And his voice sounded, I don't even know how, it sounded so much better. It sounded insane. I was like, he already sounds incredible, but how did you get better? And when they did like Satan's Fall and stuff, I was just like, my jaw literally dropped. I was like, holy shit. But they, of course, they played all their old stuff, you know, their first EP, and then, you know, their first 2 records. So that was really cool to see a lot of those songs live and just really share that experience. Was just fucking awesome. And their new song, I'm excited for this album, dude. Like, it sounds fucking sick. Anyway, so yeah, Merciful Fate killed it. You know, one of the biggest tours of this year, and that was incredible. Moving on, we're gonna go with Sleep. They did a tiny little tour in April for 420 or whatever, and I decided to buy tickets to all 3 of their shows that they were doing. They did 2 in Colorado and 1 in New Mexico, and I actually think they added some other ones on there, but I missed them, but that's fine. I saw the 3 originally announced dates. So, yep, me and my bro, I went to the first one, and then I went to school, and then, I went to the first one, fell asleep, went to school, and then I got out, grabbed clothes that I needed for the night, and then I went to Colorado Springs, down south. That's about 45 minutes down from where I am. Watched that show, and then my brother got dropped off by his friend, and we both hopped into my car, and I fell asleep for like 5 seconds. And then, we just headed down to New Mexico over the night, and then crashed at my cousin's, and then the 3 of us went and saw their 3rd show, which, you know, it was awesome. It was an awesome journey. I'd never really done anything like that before, so that was cool. But their second day, the Colorado Spring date, was my favorite one. They did a lot more experimentation, and they actually played like a matinee show earlier that day, so I think they were a little bit more, like, they had already kind of worked out the gears, so Matt Pike was doing like way more solos, just straight ripping into the music, and it was a smaller venue. It was definitely more intimate than the other 2 dates, so that was really sick. That was my favorite Sleep show I'd seen him. I'd seen him 4 times, you know, after this little tour, and it was fucking awesome. And it was a fun experience too, fun little road trip. So yeah, that was sick.